What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for coming back. If you didn't watch episode one, I highly encourage you to. My name is Roscoe Rainbow, and I have a story to tell. I'm really excited about episode two because I don't know, it's a pivotal point, in my entire life. So I tried to tell episode two in a way to where I can, I guess, tell you the truth of like what happened and how I felt in the moment and I guess what was going on. So if you guys aren't understanding or like aren't following, you can go ahead and leave a comment. Like I'm not expecting too much from this. I'm just trying to heal and move on so I can help my clients, because I think that's a problem right now, especially in the tarot community. We're not really paying attention. Even the tarot community, whoa, like the Christian community, we don't know who is behind that pulpit until something comes out, you know what I'm saying? And even sometimes we already know, like there's so many secrets or there's so much darkness, that we don't know what is what until it comes out. So I think that I'm just gonna go ahead and spill my tea just in case I get real famous. You know what I'm saying? Like if I ever get to meet Beyonce, girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was cheating back in my day. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so sorry because like that's so messed up for me. And I'm pretty sure you ain't want you ain't want nobody just in your energy. You want a truthful person. So Beyonce, I'm being truthful right now. So, we doing this for Beyonce because yeah, if one day I were to ever get famous and see Beyonce, she'd know that I'm real. You know what I'm saying? She'll never gotta doubt me because I'm telling my tea right now. Ain't nobody could sit here and tell me about myself, period. And that's the whole point of this podcast. So I feel as if it's important to say that. But anyway, let's get down to episode two, y'all. I'll see you soon. One time on Valentine's Day, I met my exes live face to face. Coincidentally, it just happens to be my favorite holiday. Regardless if the love only lasts for 24 hours, I'll sign up to be the first in line and treat someone like a gold mine so they know not to settle for less next time. As if Cupid was never made to last past the womb. Just a few months of planning and getting attuned to what life would be like of a new beginning. This explains his childlike presence, a reminder to stay innocent and try new things with whomever they choose. The love will wear off as you realize it was never meant to be, but Cupid's arrow opens you up to a world of new fantasies, as if the love is a flame or a sting from a bumblebee. It hurts, but it's a lovely pain, so much that it feels like pleasure to someone who likes the feeling. My first date of the year in 2023, I was asked out by a cutie from Instagram. I posted in January that Valentine's Day was my favorite holiday, and she slid up in my DMs. I didn't think twice about saying yes because this could be some BS, but here she comes the week of Valentine's Day, coming back for confirmation of plans. I would never deny this opportunity to exchange energy with somebody. I would never deny love from any person, let alone someone who wants to know me on a deeper level. Usually it's just me, y'all. Like I'm usually the one chasing somebody. I don't know. I just felt like after this breakup that I just had so much love to give that I just wanted to give it to the right people. Like I manifested that. I manifested that all this love that I was giving apparently to the wrong person could have been used for somebody else, and that's just like my attention, my money, my time, my talents, and anything that I had to offer. And I had everything. I gave away my car, I gave away all of my things. Like no lie, when I was living in California, I knew I was gonna get an RV, so I let go of my apartment. I gave all of my furniture and my car to this lady who I met in a Uber, and she's just like, yeah, she wasn't in the best situation, you know. So I was able to give her all my stuff, and I was living in my car at the time for a little bit, but I wasn't, y'all. California expensive. Like I'm not about to do that. Then I got to get two small checks. You know what I'm saying? This one might not even pass. Oh no, honey, come get this off of me. You know, you could have it. You know, I know that was probably like a dumb thing to do, but this was like right after all this happened. So I guess you'll find out later that I don't know. I've been through a lot, you know what I'm saying? But like you're gonna find out later why this is important. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4 right now on the clock. But I feel as if it was important to say that I just didn't want to be attached to anything. You know what I'm saying? So I truly let everything go. I was living in my car for a month, you know what I'm saying? So, yes. I say this because I just got out of the hospital last week. I had no business dating. I would say it was psychosis, but I believe it was for the plot of all this shit. Technically, I've been single since 2021. Situationships don't matter in the eyes of people who like to string hearts along. If I'm being noticed and real love was knocking on my door, then I was rushing to open it quickly because my cup continuously overpours. We met up and went into DC to find something to eat, but mainly parking. I bought her a stuffed animal and Reese's. Turns out that's her favorite candy, and she loves teddy bears. How did I know already? I spent 15 minutes in Target on the phone with my dad stressing over what to get. It worked out perfectly. Why did I waste all that energy? She was so beautiful, just my type of woman, physically and mentally. A Leo, very classy. Every time we talked, we had something in common, and she always had a new thing to teach me, which made her 10 times more attractive. I too wanted to teach her new things about my own interest. She made me think. I loved to share things because she was listening to every word, making sure she understood. Iron sharpens iron, but I had to admit I was dull. I was behind on my dreams and the things I wanted out of life, and too busy taking care of someone and catering to their needs so much I forgot about mine. Our first date was all conversation. Listening to her current endeavors gave me motivation towards what I wanted in my future. There was a little voice in the back of my mind asking me, why wait to achieve your dreams when there's people doing it already? It made me wonder. We sat and talked for hours. It was amazing, regardless of how packed the restaurant was for February 14th. I could pick up on her insecurities, but Cupid already struck me, and I'm in bliss because she's everything I ever wanted in the moment. After dinner, we danced in the streets of DC to a song that my spirit said was perfect for her, and my playlist has it already. Say Yes by Floetry. And now that I'm looking back, was she asking me to say yes to her offer to kiss me? Is my denial an unconscious decision on my behalf of nervousness? All I could think about was how romantic of spirit to put her favorite song in my playlist. I love it here. My intuition was on point that night. The more accurate I was, the more comfortable I got. Unconsciously peeling open my third eye and exposing my light. Our second date was scheduled to be at the movies, but unfortunately we were late. I figured most people would be annoyed by her tardiness, but it gave me time to recenter myself and work on healing heart's movement after a long day of living the corporate baddie life. We skipped the movie and went to dinner to talk about life. So 2 days down, and the conversation did not skip a beat. Then I went to show her a reading from a few days ago I felt she may need. There I go again, dating someone and being in their business, or is this divine intervention? Quickly falling in love with someone who just needed an urgent message. Or maybe they could use some real love and the moment, even if it's just a hug or someone listen to you talk about your ex for the last time before you fully move on. She told me more about her life. I told her a little more about mine. We never went into detail, but the flow was so unique and one of a kind. Her patience with me was delightful. I get chills remembering her smile. We drove around just to kill the time of not wanting to leave each other for the last time. I drove towards the airport, and I think about who this person really is. I don't know her, nor do I know the company she keeps around. What if she wants me dead? I asked. How did you find me? On Instagram, she chuckled and said, well, I'm one of your friend's exes. I replied with confusion because I keep my circle small, and baby, if you dated any of my friends, we wouldn't be here at all. She said the Taurus's name, and I screamed to the top of my lungs. Why am I on a second date with my enemy's ex-girlfriend? Her loss, because she's fine and intelligent. I want it all. She closed her ears and asked, "Where'd that come from?" Because what the hell? And I said my ex's name. I am so and so's ex. Now we are both screaming. We are both in disbelief at this point, in distress because our exes were together since 2018. Then she told me she broke up with her for cheating. She told me to pull over so she can urinate, but wait, I didn't realize how long she was holding it. Literally, her piss, yes, but everything happens for a reason. She been knew who I was, but just now said something. She still didn't care, because as long as she got back at her through me, then she would sleep peacefully. She just didn't know I was her enemy's ex-girl. Double whammy. And I had to say this, I never liked that bitch. I knew she always wanted what was mine. And she told me, wow, in all honesty, I'm surprised. She claimed I was her friend, but I never said more than 5 words to her. One day I texted her from my ex's phone and asked if she was into her childish behavior. I know, but how else would I deal with my third eye being so open and I was unconscious in this world being cheated on? Back in high school, I had a gut feeling about her, and I never liked her since. I knew exactly what would happen in the future, so I tried to interject by preventing it. That's a Raven type shit. Did I make it worse by introducing them to a possible love connection? My ex used to say, we were friends before I met you, so you can't be upset how close we get. Hmm. Now, what are the odds my ex's lies are unfolding right before my eyes? Because I begged for the truth, and intuitively I knew she lied. My date goes to say they shouldn't have treated her that bad, how she was taking care of that girl, and my ex took the responsibility she had. What a relief in such an abrupt way. The one question I had for her was, when did this happen? When did you find out she was cheating? She said 2017 in October, and again, I started screaming. We didn't break up until November, but only because my attention was elsewhere. So my ex blamed me for cheating when actuality she never cared. She just didn't want me to be happy. As long as I didn't find out what she did, then she was cool with whatever and whoever was in my bed. Best believe I reached out to that bitch that was cheating to clear the air. The fact she blocked me without a word shows a lot. And all honesty, it shows she still cares to protect my ex's secret at all costs. You can keep loyalty, but you can't control who people run into that knows the truth. Someone that hates you just as much as they do. She thought her secrets were safely kept. It shattered my heart nonetheless, not even the part where she hit me in the head hurt me this bad. Or the part where she's testing my intuition while I'm laid out on the hospital bed. She said the reason we didn't work out was because my apology wasn't as loud as my disrespect. But I hope this is loud enough for her comfort since she found out I was cheating on Twitter in 2018 by my other ex. And I just feel like I should explain that part because y'all, Confessions of a Cheater. I know we on this episode, but if you stick with me, I'm going to tell you a little later about another Leo. You know, I feel like I'm surrounded by them. You gotta love them, you know. You gotta love the Leos, but this Leo, I feel, was my Superman coming in with her cape. You know what I'm saying? But knowing her, she'd probably be some other kind of superhero. So I'll go ahead and ask her who she wants to be. You know, and if you stick around, she'll be around in another episode. But um, I remember this day because it was such a milestone in my life. But um, it was the day I picked up my graduation cap. I took off of work to pick it up to, come back to school and pick it up on time, sign the paperwork and pay the whatever. And um I come out of the building and my ex is like, either she's like texting me or she's sending me like screenshots of the Twitter of tweets, and it's of the girl I was cheating with, and she's sitting there calling her a sister wife and sitting there like ratting me out, y'all. Like, no lie, like you would have think I woke up and did something to this girl. Like, I don't know what I did. She just woke up and chose violence. Like, and the worst part about it is like she didn't have to do all that, y'all. Like, I swear, bro, she did not have to do that, yo. And I know she's listening to this joint, bro. You did not have to do that because, yo, you didn't have to do that because I truly gave her like ample opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, we can stop this right now. She's like, no, no. And I was just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I was detaching, naturally, because me and my exes, like, we were trying to work things out, and it's not like she didn't know that, but you can't truly work things out when you still have something on the side. Like, you can't do that. You can't cater to both. At least somebody's going to have to know the truth, and somebody's really going to have to know um your true character. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is, yeah, you're working on it, but your true character is you holding on to multiple people and multiple things and multiple trauma, and still trying to bond with somebody. Like, it's not okay. So um wow, Confessions of a Cheater. Yeah. I wasn't the best person. I'm pretty sure I caused a lot of trauma, and for that I apologize. I truly do. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I should have never um I should have never caused so much drama, because look how many years later, and so many things are still unfolding because of these moments right here. Like, it truly sucks to see that. And I always say, if I had a time machine, I would go back and try and like fix it, because I feel like what my past has done is so bad. Not bad, but and it has affected my future. So if I can go back, and if I can go back and make my past a better reflection of who I am today, meaning starting today, I wake up and be a conscious being. I wake up and choose love. I wake up and do my best in everything I do. I wake up and choose to marry God. I wake up and choose to be ready and prepared, cleanse myself in a way where I am able to speak to my higher self, or I am able to have conversations with my younger self. That's all time travel, and that's what I talk about on my page under Healing Hearts Movement. And I feel like I should actually use this opportunity to try and relate with you guys, because I mean, you guys don't know me unless you just know my tea and you want to know what's up. But I mean, I just realized that I come from such a small place. If the entire world can relate to what I'm saying, then hello, I might as well just tell my story. I don't care if like three people know who I'm talking about. So, um, nonetheless, time travel is something that's very important, something that I'm learning how to do, I guess. And it's not what you truly think. And I think nothing is what you truly think. And once you realize that everything is nothing, but yet nothing is something, is still something. I hope that makes sense. But once you realize how small we are, we are still just a speck compared to the entire universe, and you can relate the universe to still and the stars in the sky to the lights on the houses, and we each have our own galaxy just down the street, so time traveling is something that's been talked about for a very long time, where like some conspiracy theorists believe, or even people believe, that like time travel is real and things like that, or maybe it just hasn't been invented, but we're already doing it already. But I feel like I'm doing it already, and I've seen results. So if I can teach you how I did it, then we can all just always, go back or go forward, but um in order to do that, you have to heal, because it's not that our physical bodies will time travel, but our souls will be able to time travel to a point where our physical bodies in the 3D would be able to feel those senses, and I can prove it all. I offer my services. Go ahead and look me up on Instagram, so I I try my best. My whole point is to heal. I feel like once I got hit in the head, I realized that I'm not living, the best life. I guess that's always like a sinner's prayer. You know what I'm saying? But I almost died that day. You know what I'm saying? If that was an attempt on my life and I died that day, I would have been a terrible person, and I wouldn't want to go out like that. So I don't know how much time that I truly have left, but 444 was on the clock, but I don't truly know. And I hope not to know the day that I die, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd like to live every day as if it's my last. So I know some people may think that the things that I do are outrageous, but truly I just am being myself in certain ways. I do things because I want to do things. I don't do things because they make sense. I do things because I want to do things. And sometimes they don't make sense, but they make sense to me. And what really messed me up was when I went into the hospital one time. I guess I'll tell you guys on another episode, but the doctor definitely confirmed I was autistic, y'all. Like, she was shout out to that doctor, bro. But she came in off the laughs, and I was just like, bro, like, what about me is so funny? Like, everybody says I'm so funny, and I don't understand what it is. Like, they just like, bro, like, you're the funniest person I ever met. Well, what a shame, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I'd like to experience my funniness, because I truly don't get it. I'd be dead serious, like, on everything. Like, what's so funny? But I was talking to the doctor, and she was like, like, she's shorty, like my age, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little younger than me. And she quizzing me and I'm quizzing her, you know what I'm saying? But like, she was like, yeah, you sensitive to light? And I was like, I said, yeah, I was wondering if there was a light switch for that light down there. She was like, oh, yeah, no, it stays on. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's been a little annoying. It's been hard to sleep. She's just like, mm-hmm. And we just like giggling back and forth. And she was like, what about sound, during the day when the overhead lights on? I was like, oh, it kills me. I just can't do it. She was like, oh, so when you're home, you usually wear headphones? And I was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, yeah, mm-hmm. And then I was like, well, I like instrumentals, Yeah, I was like, crap, because I can't focus on two things at the same time. I can't focus on a song and work. Like, I'm gonna have to play something that I don't know anything about, like some kind of like soothing music or something, just to calm me down so I can focus. And she's like, mm-hmm. And I said, okay, cool. You're not gonna write that down, right? I was like, for some reason, I don't want to be I don't want to be labeled as that officially. Like, yeah, I mean, my hardest part of life is over. The heck, like, I mean, yeah, I can achieve my master's degree, but I now that I know that I'm autistic, I'd want to do it authentically because I truly studied for it and I truly deserved it. Versus I learned the patterns of test taking and professors that I can slide by and pass the test versus learn the material. So I am I am an electrical engineer. I have a bachelor's degree from a small college in Maryland. I also went to Johns Hopkins for a little bit and I recently applied for my master's degree in physics because I have an interest in quantum because of my um That's So Raven stuff, you know? So I feel like this is something that I'm interested in. I don't know how soon I want to start because right now I'm learning music theory again, but I'm going to apply my electrical engineering skills into audio engineering and use my corporate skills into management. So if you are an artist, whether it's singing, you play an instrument, you like to dance, or you have art or anything of the such, you know, I would like your information just to follow you, you know. I'd like to use my intuition, you know. I feel it's something to celebrate somebody that's living in their truth. And I inspire people to do that. So I'd like, you know, people to inspire me. So I'd like to be inspired by you guys. Just go ahead and you know, drop the ad. I'll figure it out. Also, that'll be cool too if like I can teach you how to time travel. We'll all just be time traveling and you know, heal ourselves, heal our family and our bloodline, and let's go back home. You know, but I guess right now we got to deal with our trauma, right? So anyway, back to the poem. We broke up for the last time in 2022 because I knew she was cheating. I just didn't know with who. Even though this happened years ago, my spirit still couldn't believe it. She denied every claim, every person, every shame. Yet I get called crazy, and she keeps asking if I'm sane. I was told to go to therapy to clear her name, but my therapist defined what a narcissist was and called it out on day one. Actually, y'all, to be honest, like that part is actually really true. Like day one, she was like, mm-hmm. So then like the week after, she was like, you know, I was thinking about you this weekend. And I was like, how sweet. You know, how often does your therapist think about you? Because my therapist thought about me that weekend, you know what I'm saying? First week. So, bam, an impression, period. Because I got that sparkle. But anyway, if you don't believe me, my therapist does. But she showed me a daggone sitcom from Key and Peele. Like, no lie. I think it was like Megan and somebody breaking up. Can y'all please Google that? Like, or YouTube it. Like, it was just so disrespectful. Like, it, like, imagine that. Like, and maybe it's just the autistic in me, but, and I said that, I think in the first episode, I said, I don't even like podcasts because I'm a visual learner. So seeing the visual narcissistic trait helped me better understand what I was going through. Like I watched that video over and over and over and over again. And I'm just like, wow, like that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like they're making fun of my life in a way. And I'm just like, wow. I still can't process it. You know, it hurts in a way, but it's also like I'm very numb to it because it's just like, hmm. But I encourage y'all to watch it. Tell me what y'all think about it. Tell me what y'all think about it. All I had to do was surrender this situation and the truth came. And although they all have me blocked, just know I really hope this comes across their For You page. Yes, I lied and yes, I cheated too, but at least I had the decency to tell it all and count the cheating on my 10 fingers. unlike you. I haven't talked to the Valentine's Day date since. I still think about her to this day. But I believe we both know our experience was meant to be what it was, a chance to release what was in the dark so we can both heal and go our separate ways. The next month, I saw my ex at a stoplight and I called out her name. I just checked on her when I wrote this poem to communicate, and she blocked me immediately, too. Go figure. She's so lame. Two cowards who belong to each other. I wouldn't dare be the one to blame for my separation of those toxic ways. We were two birds flocking together. That's why we no longer remain. 8 years down the drain, I learned love as she continued to play around on my name. I know the truth, and so does she, but I would still like to tell the world what happened to me. Just a reminder, you should never deny an opportunity to go on a date with a stranger from IG. 333 on the clock. What is love? Give and receive. Give the universe your issues and watch you get the truth of that situation. You'll be set free. But in episode 3, you'll find out what I did. Nah, I ain't no saint, but I promise to at least be completely honest. And no lie, y'all. I'm this time travel thing. I think is so real. I feel like I'm telling myself something. Like I've been seeing our anniversary date like all the time, and this isn't the first time. Like um the first time I was still in my apartment and I was going to Johns Hopkins for my master's, and I was with somebody who you'll learn in another episode, but I just kept seeing the angel number. And as an engineer, if you're into engineering, that's all. What is that, like a capacitor or something, like a 402 capacitor resistor? Who freaking knows? But that's what it was. I was in a design class, and it's crazy because I was in design engineering at the time, so um I just kept seeing it. I said, okay, spirit, I'm over it. What is it? What is it? And then I reached out to her, and I don't think I was supposed to do that. I think spirit probably wanted me to just write it out or something. You would think, but like I've exhausted all options at that point. Like I, this isn't the first time I'm seeing it. This is just the first time I'm seeing it back to back to back. Like whatever it is that my spirit was nudging me to do needed to be done right now. So I picked up the phone and I texted her, and it was like a paragraph, and she didn't reply, but the angel numbers chilled out for a while. The intensity was cool. And then we went no, and then like she didn't reply the next day. So like I think I sent like a joke or something, and I was like, "Oh dang, like something." And she was like, my bad. I was just thinking." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Sorry." And I don't know, like I don't think it was supposed to go that far, but we did end up like talking, and I know like, and I hate when people say like, "My bad, I'm trying to get out of that," but it's because I'm no longer doing the poem. But um, I went to see her, and I lied to my ex about it. Like I didn't tell, like it was a half truth. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going home real quick, um, but I'll be back." I'm going to do this one thing, knowing I had two on the list. So, um, it came down to it where I saw it, and then my ex was like, "Okay, well, I'm in a relationship, and my partner knows exactly where I am. What about you?" And I lied, and I said, "Yeah, my partner knows where I am." And no, she didn't. She had my location. She knows physically where I am. She doesn't know who I'm with, though. Because if I told her who I was with, then it would have been bad. Because I mean, to be honest, she was like, unfortunately, she was a terrible drunk. You know what I'm saying? And I've always, again, coming in with my cape, feeling like I had to save the darkest one. But um, it was just bad. It was just a bad situation I didn't want to get myself into. But this was something that my spirit needed to do, and I felt like this was my business. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't tell my ex, but I shouldn't have lied. I could have said that, but also like I'm not that changed as I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? I was still living in that hurt. Who know? You know, I was just still asleep in a way. I didn't know consciously what I was doing. Um, but again, that's no excuse. You know, to still be. I mean, I wasn't cheating, but I was still lying, which is still not love. So I wasn't being loved at the time. You know, um, but we did end up seeing each other. And I mean, I guess her girl at the time like went to go pick her up, but I think like I tried to do something smart and like give her a hug outside the restaurant. She was like, "Stop it." But like I don't know. I just felt like it's like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm about to get my family back. You know, I just knew it. And I just feel deep down wink, wink. I feel deep down that I don't know if she were to ever get me back, she was going to drain me for everything that she had, for everything that I had. And that's the goal, you know, and it's been the goal ever since. Like even breaking up with her, you know, and just on a random day, you know what I'm saying, right before Christmas. And you know, she made all these plans to finally like introduce me to the family, and now she has to explain like it. I don't know. I think everything happens for a reason. And I think I was just maybe just being a little too petty, maybe a little manipulative. But I don't know. I guess we go and see when we find out if time travel is real. But it is what it is, I guess. Thank you guys so much for listening. I still believe episode 2 is my absolute favorite. If you have any comments or questions, or um, you'd like to be a guest, you know, to talk about your experience, which I'll be saving season 2 for you guys. So just comment down below or email me at lovethosethaveloveusa@gmail.com. I do a lot of things on my social media, and I try and separate as much as I can, but I'm gonna try and promote the podcast, my merchandise, my services, as well as my artist. I'm going to have that on Instagram, whereas TikTok is more for my tarot readings. But I'd still like to advertise a little bit for Confessions of a Cheater because I think it's just really cool. But YouTube is also where I keep all of my videos, where I have my deep dives, where I just use my intuition and I go madman, or I'll start adding certain things as I go along when I learn more quantum physics and relate it to the spiritual community, which I'll be tying into the African American community as well as the indigenous community and Caribbean community. So that's things that I'm interested in. I'll also be debunking religion. I'll be talking about Christianity. Already I have deep dives on me reading the Bible, me using tarot cards to understand, or even me just using my intuition. You know, I don't want to be like a preacher or anything like that. I just want to understand, because if I were to read the Bible, I'm supposed to use my discernment, right? Yes, sir. But again, I don't condone cheating. Again, like I said, I ain't no saint, honey. Like it it's taken a lot out of me to tell the truth, because who knows who's going to listen to this. Like even if Beyonce said this, so if Beyonce watching this, then this one's for Jay-Z, because it's 111 on the clock right now. It's all like, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Confessions of a Cheater. Yeah. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. I truly, truly do. It's me truly pouring my heart out, me being honest. There's nothing like episode 3 though, I'm going to be honest with you. Um, I'm just going to apologize now. Um, I